Well, hello again on this Monday as we continue to go through the Beatitudes. We're getting close to finishing up our series these next couple of weeks. And Jesus says in Matthew chapter 5, verse 10, "Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs." And he goes on and he says, "You are blessed when they insult you and persecute you and falsely say every kind of evil against you because of me. Be glad and rejoice, because your reward is great in heaven, for that is how they persecuted the prophets who were before you." I've told you on multiple occasions through this series how upside down and backwards some of the teachings of Jesus have been as we've worked through the Beatitudes. I mean, he says you are blessed, and that word blessed is the Greek word makarios, which means happy or fulfilled or content. And he says you are blessed, you are happy, you are fulfilled, you are content when people insult you and persecute you and say all kinds of evil against you. What? No, I'm not. I'm not happy when that happens. It's hard. It's frustrating. It's debilitating at times. And so what is Jesus getting at here? And this is something that I think is actually really important as we press into the way of Jesus, is Jesus had a fundamentally different way of seeing this life and the next than we do. There was a connection that he had in his understanding of life and death. There was this connection that life here on earth is only part of life. There is another life after death. So life in the understanding of Jesus and his kingdom, life continues. It's unending. And that's why, and the early church got this. The followers of Jesus, the disciples of Jesus got this as they even write about death. It's just different than the way we often see death. And so when Jesus says, "Be glad and rejoice," it's not because persecution is easy and we should welcome it. Of course not. But he's saying, listen, be glad and rejoice because even if you are persecuted, to the point of death, even the ultimate persecution, your life continues. Your life continues, and so be glad and rejoice, because this life isn't all there is. I think, as you know, I've told you our story over, I've shared it with you. I've journeyed with you of losing our son Chase, who died almost 5 years ago, and how it has fundamentally transformed the way we think about this life and the next. We see a connection more than we ever have before of how life continues after this life, and in a real powerful sense, I can tell you that I'm not afraid of death anymore. Not in, I think all of us are afraid of dying, in that we're going to leave people behind, and how are we going to die? Like in what way will we die? There's all these kind of unknowns about it. But what we do know, and what I'm confident in more than I've ever been in my entire life as a Christ follower, is that this life is not all there is, that it will continue. And so because of that, we can rejoice in all circumstances. Whether everything is going great or whether we experience persecution, we can rejoice. And so I want to encourage you today. I want you to rejoice in whatever circumstance you're facing today. And I know for some of you, you're facing really hard and difficult situations in your life. I'm walking with some of you that are going through the deepest, darkest pain that you've ever experienced. And so for me to say rejoice, I know the weightiness of that. And yet I'm trying to find my way, as I want to encourage you to find your way to this place of contentment. And Lord, not my will, but yours. Help me to rejoice in all things, even when I'm persecuted, even when I'm going through difficult times. Help me to be thankful for you and for your presence, God, in my life. Love you guys, and I hope that you have an amazing day. Keep pressing into Jesus.